Hey there everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'm going over two AI-based 3D model generators that have the potential of getting us game-ready characters with just a couple clicks. Let's dive in. Alright, here we are set up in our game engine. We got this cool little sky city going on here. We got some friends hanging out in the background. Let's zoom in a little closer and take a better look at our friends here. So here we have three little robots, all which have been rigged and animated using Mixamo. They're all fairly similar. There's some obvious differences between the three. One of these is an actual handcrafted asset, but the other two were made using just AI tools. Can you guess which one is the handmade asset and which one is made by AI? Go ahead and drop a comment down in the comment section down below and let me know what you think. So at this point, all is left to do is the big reveal. That probably wasn't a hard guess, was it? This is Jammo. Jammo is going to be the baseline for our experiment today. We're going to see if we can get these AI tools to replicate Jammo using nothing but a single image. Let's bring our friends back. So the two tools we're going to be using today, first one is called Meshy AI, and the other one is a project called Rodin. So to give these a fair shot, we have set Jammo up in a T-pose and gave him an unlit shader and took a screenshot of that. And here's what that screenshot looks like. This is what we're going to feed into the AI generators to see if we can't replicate Jammo. All right, let's dive in. All right, our first contestant for making 3D models using only AI is a site called Meshy AI. And you can see up here in the corner, I've already been using some of my tokens, but you get 200 free tokens a month on the free plan. If you click Get Credits, this will show some of the other options, the Pro, Max, Max Unlimited. We're not going to go too deep into those because of time restraint, but if you wanted to sign up and use this on a regular basis, they have some options there. And then on the home page, they have a featured section. Since we're making a character, let's look at this. All right, this was a text to 3D and they used one word, chef. And this is the model they got. That's pretty solid for one word. I mean, if you get up close, you can see he's got some issues. But depending on what you're using this guy for, if your camera was at a decent angle and you're using some sort of shaders, this guy might be ready just to go to work as he is. We've got the vert and face count here. You can see the wireframe. We can also pull the textures off and just look at the base mesh. Solid all in all, kind of mashed potatoes, but pretty good for the amount of effort that you have to put into this. All right, so over here to our left is where we're going to be. This is the text to 3D. This is where they made their chef. And we've got image 3D. This is where we're going to be working here. Like I said, I was already playing around with this, and this is how we got sample character for the beginning of the video. This is where we would drop our image. So the image that I was referencing before, we can click here. We can drop him in. And what's important here is this character is in a T pose or an A pose. It's front facing and it's evenly lit. So I used the unlit shader on Jammo just to get very flat colors. That lends itself very well to this type of thing. Anything that has a lot of shadows or a lot of light blur or is facing an odd direction will not project itself well in this type of situation. And to generate this, it's going to take us 5 minutes and it will be 5 credits. Not too bad. Not too bad to generate. Now to refine this mesh and to get some higher textures and stuff, you would have to subscribe, but just what we're going to get out of the box is pretty good for only 5 credits and only 5 minutes of your time. So versus generate, let's pull up a mesh here that we already generated, and let's take a peek at it, because this is what you will get after you hit generate. So it's just like the other guy. It's a pretty solid mesh. Luckily, it's in this pose, so that lends itself very well, but it's still kind of mashed potato-y. So let's turn the textures on. And this is what he looks like. It does a really good job of interpolating the backside of the character. Of course, it added us some sort of ears or antennas on this, but that's fine for this. It's still really well done, even though that was something that we really didn't need. And of course, if you zoom in, you can see there's some issues with the textures. That could be fixed in something like Photoshop. His hands are kind of welded together, unless you absolutely needed fingers. He does have like the two-hand crab claw thing going on, depending on the use case. That could be fine. All right, and like before, pull our texture off, look at base mesh. Then we've also got our wireframe here. And one thing is you'll see some stuff that's grayed out over here. This is because I'm not subscribed. We won't have PBR textures, but that's not the end of the world. You can do that out of the box here. Take that into another program. One thing too is if you are concerned about your vertices and your faces, there is a quad selector here, and it does reduce at least this mesh by like 10,000. I'm not going to apply that. It's going to take a little bit, but then you got to spot the download. Now, they do give you some chances to get some extra free tokens. You can share this, and they'll give you some tokens. You can also rate this. Rating these are important because this tool gets better with time. So the more people that generate and the more people that do stuff like rate this, the better this situation would be. Because when I first opened this a few months ago, we weren't even getting this level of detail out of these characters. And now we're getting some pretty usable stuff. So the more people that use this, the better this would get. 6 months from now, this thing may be amazing. So that segues into go ahead, like, subscribe, share this video, comment any type of interactivity with this video. Let's get this into the YouTube algorithm, because the more people that see this stuff and the more people that use it, the better these tools will be. And that in a nutshell is Meshy AI. Let's see what the competition has to offer. All right, the second contestant for making 3D models using only AI is a program called Rodin by a company called Hyperhuman. They also have another cool program called Chat Avatar, but we will get into that in a later video. Just like Meshy, this is a token-based system. They have options where you can buy tokens as you need them. They also have some subscription plans with a 7-day free trial. Of course, because of time, we won't dig too deep. This is a public beta. It's only been out for a handful of weeks now. Before that, it was kind of an invite only. Super simple UI. They have a spot where you can drop an image. You can also drop multiple images if you are subscribed. And what's great is these will also be accompanied with a text input. The multiple image is beautiful for if you have concept art. So if you have front, back, side, the system won't have to guess. You can just go on what you have. So the same thing as our Meshy, we can pull up that same image, drop him in, it'll process the image, and then we can just click generate. Now, if we scroll down, they have the same thing on their homepage as Meshy, where you have a featured section. But if I dig into this, we're going to see striking differences between the two. Now, somebody did just like we did. They gave them a good image. They gave them a front-facing character, a pose, not crazily lit. It's pretty generically lit, good color scheme. And all in all, this is a magnificent model. All right, we'll get all to this in a minute when we get into our character. But if we click over in mine, after you generate, this is where your guys will be. And obviously we have some character models over here. So let's open this up. So you'll get a preview in the beginning. And on the preview, you get up to 10 tries before you actually commit to this model. And with those 10 tries, you have up here at the top a spot where you can put in a text prompt. So it will take in text prompt. Also, there's these cool little presets up here. One of them that was click ready for us was game ready. And you can tweak these as need be. And then once you commit to that, that will cost you only 1 credit to do that. It will generate a model, and then your next situation is your material, and it will give you options where you could put, if you are subscribed, multiple images. So if you have a front, back, side, we only had the one, so it based our texture generation off of our one image. Now, of course, it just kind of, but this is pretty good for guessing. Now, the actual model I used in the video was a tad bit better than this, but just because I wanted to see how many times it could output good and not just give us random crap. And of course, you can accompany your material generation also with a text prompt to help it out. And I think you get up to 3 or 4 retries on the free plan with that. And then once it's all set and you commit to that, that's 1 more credit. So for 2 credits, this is what we'll get. This one here is not the best, but as you see from the featured, you can get some pretty solid models. And I think the model that we used in the video was a tad bit better than this. And it outshined the Meshy by miles, because for the free plan, for those 2 credits, you will also get LOD and you will get PBR textures. So you will get your normal map, you will get your specular, you will get your metallic. And I think on the free, it's set to 1K. And click the download and set it where you want it. And then, like I said, this guy's ready to be rigged, this guy's ready to be animated, this guy's ready to be dropped into a game. Now, obviously, this one would definitely need some work. I would try to just a whole nother generation of this, because this guy's fingers are messed up. But out of the handful that I've done, very little tweaking needs to be done to them for them to be usable inside of the game. So that's pretty much it for these 2 AI to 3D model generators. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think is the one that is right for you, and if you would use any of these. Are they not perfect? No, but the more that we use them, the better they will be. And I'm the type of person, if I can get 75% of the way, I'll take it. I'm to the point, I'm so busy, I'm over having to spend ridiculous amounts of hours inside of something like Blender or, or Substance Painter. I would like to use both of those tools to correct, fix, and manipulate some models versus making models from scratch at this point. And for those that just need characters to drop in for prototyping and testing, I think this is a perfect solution. So like I said, like the video, share the video, drop a comment, let me know if this is something you'll use, or if you think this is a bunch of baloney and we should just do it old school. All right, thanks for watching.